Suppose you have let me do something like this. Class shape. Shape is an abstract class. Like you have a lot of shapes, line, rectangle, circle, and all these things. So so what is the behavior of a shape? Like one thing is draw actually. So you can draw actually. So I'll say what draw. Okay, let me not give the okay. So draw shape. So, like what shape? It's just an abstract. So I'm not adding any definition. Okay. So now the actual object is like actual class is this one. So class line derived from you know all these things, right? Oops concept. So public shape. Okay, and here you have a lot of parameters. Sorry, public public. We will be having line means like int start line start m underscore uh, start point that point. Just roughly I'm just doing it, writing it. This end point. So okay. So and since it derived from the shape, this also has to have void draw. I will write the definition within this one. So what we'll do is just draw line. Draw line. Similarly, I have maybe line circle maybe point and radius. We'll call it as m underscore n radii as radius. So and draw a circle. Similarly, you have this one. Maybe any other shape line. A rectangle is nothing but a line only. So any other shape you have, maybe okay, triangle, okay, whatever it may be actually. So maybe 3D circle. Okay, number, it should not begin with number. Okay, so 3D, okay, 3D circle. And that will also have a draw and maybe sphere. That's called sphere, right? 3D circle or sphere. Sphere, spelling is correct, right? Sphere. Okay. So now normally in a program like this is just a 2D application or some application which is a very huge application. We consider this a huge application, and each time user will draw some. He will add the shape. So whenever he add the shape, it will be creating an object. So we create an object. So line L1. Okay, so he'll add a circle. So C1. So he'll add sphere SP SPHE, right? Sphere S1. So he'll keep on drawing, like adding many lines, many circles, and many spheres. So, and then he wanted to process all these drawings actually. So he'll be, what he'll do is, um, let's say we create an array of base class, shape class, shape of pointer to an array actually. So maybe I'll add 3 itself. Maybe there'll be some 300 or 100 shapes will be there. So, and each time I create an object, I will just create an object and initialize this with the shape. So S of 0 equal to ampersand of L1, because it's a derived class, right? L line is a derived of shape, so we can assign the value. So similarly, I just I create a circle and then add a circle to the shape array. So similarly, sorry, it's 1. Sorry, 1. So I just keep adding a sphere. This one. Now I wanted to do some kind of processing for image processing. I wanted to do. So I have to get. I have to cross all these shapes, right? So I know like all these shapes are there are huge number of shapes are available. So I cannot keep count of each and every object. So instead I store it in an array of base class, and then I'll just so the base class is a pointer. I just use this base class and call draw, or maybe whatever, since draw is very okay. I'll say yes of, I'll put in for loop int I equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. So I'll just call, okay, yes of I just wanted to draw, okay, draw. But thing is, this draw function, if you see this draw function here, it's a member function of this shape, right? What is this one? 0, 1, 2. Okay, sorry. So 2. Okay. So what we will do is, like, irrespective of what object is pointing to, it will always call the draw of base class shape, right? So I don't want that way actually. I want to call the draw of each and every object is pointing to. So I just make this as virtual. That's it. If I do this one, I'll just close this. If I do like this, so whatever the shape pointer is pointing to, it will call the corresponding draw function. So that's the usage actually. So you have a large number of objects, and where you want to call some functions, so you have to declare a virtual function in the base class, so that it will call accordingly. So we you understand the usage, right? It's just a small example I told you, but normally maybe I can show you in our program itself, not this one. I will close this one. Okay. Okay, now it didn't prompt me that UAC, right? So I gave an update actually. That's why it didn't prompt me. So open this one. So here's the virtual. Okay. Okay. Don't get scared. Once you understand C++, these are all nothing actually. So it's a combination of C, C++, and the C and C, C++. I mean 32 actually. That's why. Okay. So here he had declared as virtual. Means the functions, it's a defined hash define use, but actually it's a virtual function. So it will it will call the correct function which is pointing to actually. So if you expand this, I can. It will take some time, but just see we are using the virtual functions actually. Means to properly it's a runtime polymorphism to implement the runtime polymorphism. Okay, so this is the usage of this runtime polymorphism. So we have a huge number of function we need to call properly, means we need to have this virtual. I told you, where is it? We have a shape, right? So this doesn't have, this is just a declaration. This doesn't have a definition, right? So you can make it as 0. This no definition. So now the green color got erased, right? So this is called an abstract class. This becomes an abstract class. So you have a virtual function with no definition that is equal to 0 becomes an abstract class. So in Java you have abstract class, right? So this is what you call it an abstract class once you have this like this. So you cannot create an object of shape because you have this one's a virtual function. But once if you add a 0 equal to 0, it becomes a pure virtual function. You understand? So when we have this something like this, it's a definition not found. This function is called virtual function whenever we have a virtual. When we add 0, no definition, this function becomes a pure virtual function, and this class becomes an abstract class. So can you create an object of abstract class in Java? No, same way this one. So I'll try to create here. Here I'll create. We can create a pointer to an abstract class, but we cannot create an object to an abstract class. So let me tell you this one, S1. It says error. It means object of abstract type class shape is not allowed. So because it's a pure virtual function. So in the definition itself tell you everything. So you have a pure virtual function of draw. So you cannot create an object. So something like so. But you can create a pointer of an object abstract class. So that's the example. Now tomorrow I will just tell you what's going on behind the scene actually. How it is able to get the object pointer, that is wherever it is pointing to, it is able to get the proper function and how it is calling actually. I have to show in memory and on all those things. I will, if you understand that one, almost you understood C++ very well actually. And rest of your life will be like understanding API and writing the logic and all these things. That's it. So, you have any doubt? Any other thing? So, pure virtual function and virtual function. Okay, so I'll just close this session. So afternoon you don't have a session, okay. So anything else I missed? Just don't get confused on all these things. Just this basic thing. Once if you try by yourself, you will understand. So this virtual and pure virtual, this ML new, and then arrays, pointers. So just if you just study with operators, just if you study all these things, if you try to work out means once it will get easier for you actually. So. Most of the time developers will face difficulty when some inexperienced people who don't know all those things try to write the code, and you will be debugging. So that time you will be facing problem actually. You will have a tough time to understand their code actually. So just if you yourself become a expert in C++, then your life will be normal actually. So okay.